Hey everyone, welcome back to Real Conversations. I'm Jack, and we are so glad you're here with us today. We've got a really good one for you, the kind of episode that genuinely changes how you speak. Stick with us till the end because this one is worth it.
And I'm Sarah. Today we're diving into something that trips up English learners at every single level. Even intermediate speakers, even advanced speakers who have been studying for years. It's one of those things nobody ever properly explains, and once we do, you're going to wonder why nobody told you sooner.
2 words, just 2 words. Looks and seems. You've been using them your whole English learning life, and you probably think they mean the same thing. Most people do, and honestly, it's not your fault. Most courses and textbooks treat them as if they're completely interchangeable.
But here's the thing. Native speakers feel the difference every single time. Not always consciously, but the feeling is always there. And when someone uses the wrong one, something just sounds slightly off. Not wrong exactly, but not quite natural either.
And natural is the goal, right? That's the whole point of everything we do here. Today, we're going to walk you through the real difference. Not with boring grammar rules, not with dry textbook definitions, but through a real story, real conversations, and plenty of guided practice so it actually sticks.
By the time we're finished, you'll have this completely locked in. You'll never have to guess again. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it.
Before we explain anything, I want you to do something for me. Stop whatever else you're doing and just picture this scenario in your mind. Really imagine it. Don't just read along.
You've just met someone new at a party or a work event. They're smiling, they're polite, they say all the right things. On the surface, everything looks perfectly fine. There's nothing obviously wrong at all.
But something feels off. You can't explain it. You can't point to one specific thing and say, that's the problem. You just sense it. Deep down, something isn't right about this person or this situation. You feel it more than you see it.
So later that evening, you're telling your friend about it. What do you say? Do you say, he looks strange? Or do you say, he seems strange? One of those is what a native speaker would naturally say. The other one sounds just a little bit wrong. Which is which?
If you're not completely sure, if you'd have to stop and think about it, then this episode is exactly what you need. The answer is going to feel very obvious once we explain it. It's one of those things that just clicks immediately, and then you can never unhear it.
So let's give you that explanation right now. Let's make it click.
Here is the real truth about these 2 words. The truth that schools consistently leave out, and that textbooks gloss over because they think it's too subtle to matter. It matters. It matters a lot.
Looks is about what your eyes can see directly. It's physical. It's visual. Something is right in front of you, and you are observing it with your own eyes. There's evidence. There's something tangible you can point to.
Seems is about what you feel or sense on a deeper level. It goes beyond what's visible on the surface. It's an impression, an instinct, a gut feeling about something that isn't fully visible or provable yet. You feel it more than you see it.
Here's the simplest way to remember it. Think of it like this. Looks equals your eyes, and seems equals your heart. That's the whole rule in one sentence. Everything else we cover today is just that rule applied to real situations.
That's the foundation. Everything else builds on top of it. Let's make it concrete with a few quick examples before we get into the main story, just so the rule feels real and not abstract.
That building looks old. You can see the crumbling walls, the faded paint, the worn-down steps. It's right there in front of your eyes. That's looks. Meanwhile, something seems wrong with this situation. You can't necessarily point to one specific thing. You feel it. That's your instincts talking. That's seems.
She looks tired. You can see her red eyes, her slouched posture, the slowness in her movements. You're using your eyes to observe her. But she seems sad. Maybe she's actually smiling. Maybe she looks fine on the outside. But something in her energy, something about the way she's carrying herself, tells you she's not okay on the inside. That's deeper than sight.
Eyes for looks, heart for seams. Hold on to that as we go forward. Now, let's bring it to life through a story, because that's always the best way to make something real.
All right, story time. This is a Monday morning story, and it's the kind of situation many of us have experienced in some form. That moment when you walk into work and immediately know something is wrong with someone you care about.
Leo is standing near the window, but he's not his usual self at all. His eyes are red and puffy, like he hasn't slept. His face is pale and drawn. He's gripping his phone so tightly that his knuckles are white. And most tellingly of all, he hasn't said good morning. Leo always says good morning, every single day, without fail.
Mia looks at him carefully and takes in everything she can observe. His face, his posture, his hands, the way he's standing. She's reading all of this with her eyes. And then she slowly walks over to him and says, "Leo, you look tired. Are you okay?"
Did you catch that? She said, "You look tired," not "you seem tired." She used looks. And that was exactly right. Why? Because everything she's basing that observation on is visual. His red eyes, his pale face, his heavy, slow movements. All of it is physical evidence right in front of her. She's using her eyes, so she uses looks.
Let's practice this with a few more visual examples. Repeat each one out loud after us. You look tired. Say it. You look tired. This coffee looks cold. No steam rising from the cup. You can see it. That jacket looks expensive. You can see the quality of the fabric, the stitching, the cut.
She looks nervous. You can see her fidgeting hands, her eyes darting around, the way she keeps shifting her weight from foot to foot. He looks unwell. You can see it written all over his face. Every single one of those examples, completely visual, completely observable. That's where looks lives.
All right, back to the story. Leo hears Mia and turns slowly. He manages a small, sad smile and says, "Yeah, I didn't sleep well." That's all. Just those 5 words. Then he goes quiet again and turns back to his phone, staring at the screen as if waiting for a message.
Mia watches him for a moment, and she starts to notice more things. His hands are trembling slightly. He checks his phone every 30 seconds or so. His coffee, which he must have poured at least 10 minutes ago, is sitting completely untouched and cold on the windowsill beside him.
And here is the key moment. Mia doesn't just see what's happening, she feels something. Something deeper is going on here. Something that Leo isn't saying out loud. Something that isn't written on his face in an obvious way. It's an impression, a sense, a gut feeling that there's a whole story beneath the surface.
And so, this time, she says something different. She chooses a different word. She says, "Leo, it seems like something is really bothering you. I don't want to pry, but do you want to talk about it?"
She said, "It seems like," not "it looks like." And that's the key. Why did she change? Because this time, she's not just reporting on what she can physically see. She's sensing something emotional, something internal, something that doesn't have a clear visual form. She's using her instincts. That's exactly what seems is for.
Let's practice the seems side now. Repeat after me. Something seems wrong. Say it. Something seems wrong. She seems upset. You can feel something is off, even if she's not visibly crying. It seems like he's hiding something. That's an impression, a gut feeling, not a visual observation.
He seems exhausted on the inside. Not just physically tired in a way you can see, but worn down somewhere deeper, somewhere that doesn't show up clearly in a photograph. None of those things are fully visible. You sense them. You feel them. That's the world of seems.
Let's pause on the story for a moment and really cement this rule before we go any further, because I want it to feel completely solid in your mind before we keep building on it.
Here's a really useful way to think about the difference. Imagine the word looks as a camera. A camera captures exactly what is physically in front of it: light, color, shape, expression. It records what your eyes can see. That's looks. It's direct, observable, evidence-based.
And seems is more like your intuition, your gut, your emotional intelligence. It picks up on signals that aren't always visible: tone, energy, context, patterns. It's the part of your brain that reads between the lines. When something seems a certain way, you're interpreting beyond what's literally in front of you.
Here's a practical test you can use anytime you're unsure which word to choose. Ask yourself, if I took a photograph of this situation, would what I'm describing show up in the photo? If yes, use looks. If no, use seems.
A pale, tired face shows up in a photograph. Use looks. Someone's hidden anxiety, their inner sadness, the feeling that they're keeping something from you. None of that shows up clearly in a photograph. Use seems. It's a surprisingly reliable test once you go.